help you personally?
It's kept me employed for the last 5 years, honestly. Ever since I was a little kid, I wanted to be a newspaper reporter when newspapers were relevant. I was subscribing to the New York Times when I was in the 6th grade, and that's what I loved. And ever since I was in journalism school, and I graduated in 2004, I did graphic design and journalism. And the only reason I did graphic design was because before I got into college, I was working as a freelance writer for a weekly newspaper. They convinced me, like, you're not going to get anywhere with the journalism degree. You need journalism and something. And they convinced me to do graphic design, not to get into social media, but to learn how to lay out web pages, which was the big thing at that point. And ever since I've gotten into college, they've been like, you need to go web, you need to go digital. And I worked 3-4 years as a daily newspaper reporter for the Oakland Trib, the San Francisco Examiner. And I literally had an editor sit me down after a year at the Oakland Trib. He said, it's time for you to quit. You need to move on. This is not the place for you to be. So it's kept me employed.
Well, I invest in social media companies, so hopefully, it'll keep me employed also, but we'll see. Look, I grew up with the web, right? I mean, when I was 19 at Stanford, the web was the biggest thing around, and that was where everyone wanted to go, and that was, it was the place, it was the most subversive and exciting and new industry around. And I think since then, I mean, that's kind of the arc of all of my interests, has really been about peering around what's the corner. I think social media is certainly a big part of that. But frankly, again, I think the web is more than just social media. And I think I'm really intrigued in what happens now that we've stitched together all these millions of people, 700 million almost on Facebook alone, and what we collectively get a chance to do with it. I think it's very empowering to pretty much anyone to get themselves in the game and to get a voice amongst millions, when before it was really hard to get the word out about who you were and what you wanted to do.
So I think the biggest thing for me over the last 4 years is connecting with people that otherwise I would never connect with. Their stories that they've shared, that they've written, that I've connected with a lot of people. I lead a very introvert life, outside, but virtually I've connected with a lot of people from all over the world, and I don't think without social media I would have done that.
First of all, I never thought I would hear Amra say that she was an introvert. That took me surprised. I was like, what? Social media, I think what it's done is that it's given me an audience for the stories that I want to tell. Whether those stories are through film or whether they're through the news and media, it's important to know that the content that I am helping to create has an audience, has consumers for it, because otherwise what's the point? And that those consumers are no longer tied together, as I say, by geography. What ties them together is that they share an interest in the kinds of stories that I want to tell.
Thank you very much, and please join me in giving a warm applause to our panelists.